Hello everyone, my name is Sachin. Today we will see connect options inside an EC2 instance. So let's go to the this instance called as Ubuntu. Let's click on connect options. So inside the connect options, you can see this. There are options called as EC2 instance connect. Okay, and this is the browser sessions. Then there is an option called as SSH client. So this also we have seen, like how to access an EC2 instance using a commands when we have a key pair actually. And this is for your serial connections, as we don't have this to connect, right? Now there is one more option called as a session manager. Now for this instance, this session manager connect option is getting highlighted, right? Now let me show you for other instance which is not highlighted as a session manager and what it is. So let me untick this Ubuntu instance. Let me select this Ubuntu web server machine. Let me click on a connect options. Now inside a connect options, you can say the EC2 instance connect is fine. We can go quickly. SSH client also, if we have a key pair called as a demo.pem, that also we can see. But by looking out the session manager, this particular options for this machine is not getting highlighted, right? Now what is it like? Session manager is it something you can access your machine, okay, using a systems manager. There is one service in which we have a session manager, one of the, let's see, feature of connecting the instances, okay, without SSH keys, you can see, right? So obviously this will be secured using a AWS key management service also by default from AWS, because these instances we call it as a managed instances, right? Now let's check whether these instances which we have launched is a managed instance or not. So where we have to check whether the SSM agent is being installed, which is called as service from AWS, okay, for a managed instance. All right, so now to check with the okay, let me show you how to check this. So we have a particular documentations where we can go with checking the status of your Amazon SSM agent installations. Now looking out an operating system, which is nothing but the web server, for which we'll be looking out a session manager session. So in which we will see let me go to the detail sections, and inside the detail sections you can see, so this is what a EMI is, which is called as 24.04, that is Ubuntu version. So we'll be getting a command for this particular versions for checking the installations of let's see SSM agent. So let me copy this command. Okay, now what I'll do first, I'll try to connect, okay, using EC2 instance connect, just to check the connections. Okay, now we are in the machine. Okay, so let me paste the command and let me run this command. Yes, now by looking okay at this particular command outputs, we can see that this machine is having an SSM agent installer which is in the running state. Means the first task is clear, like okay. Now let me close this session. Now if it is installed, then why this session manager connect is not highlighted? Now the next task is like uh, even though there is a session manager or SSM agent is running inside a machines, okay, but this EC2 service needs a permissions to connect to the SSM agent actually, right, for connections. So for that we have to create a role. So this role is for an EC2 instance service to connect to the SSM agent, okay, by providing the permission using a policy. So let's go to the IAM section. And inside an IAM sections, you can see so we have a roles. So let's go to the roles, and in which we can see that there is an SSM role which is already I have been created with. So let's create the role, okay, which will be having the required permissions. So let me create a role. Now this role which I'll be creating for a service, actually we can create a role for accounts also, web identity also, or for any other federations identity also, or any custom trust policy. So basically this is the trusted policy, means like we are giving a particular role or permissions. Okay, so let's create a role once again. So let me on the page called as roles, let me create a role. Now this role is for an EC2 service, because we want that EC2 service to connect or talk to the SSM agent. So the use case is what something called as EC2. Okay, now we are purely going with an EC2 service only, not any other kinds of EC2 configurations, right? So let me go to the next option. Now here I need to provide a permission. The role is for a trusted entity for an EC2, but EC2 wants what to do to connect an SSM agent, because that is not permitted, right? So we have a policy which is called as AWS managed policy for an SSM agent, so which is called as a managed instance code. So this is what a policy that we have to attach, Amazon SSM managed instance code. So this will help you to connect to the SSM agent. So let me this is nothing but an AWS managed policy only, right? So let me click on a next. Now here I supposed to give a role. So my role is called as Amazon SSM agent, right? And for EC2, let's say EC2, right? Now this is the trust policy, which is nothing but the JSON statement having a version, and then there are statements that is allowing, and this will be assumed by whom? The EC2 Amazon AWS.com service. So this is the trust policy. You can even edit this policy also if you wanted to provide the same permissions for any other, let's say, service also. You can like change inside a JSON statement also, even though we have created, right? And this is what a permission is. So let me create a role. Okay, so this role is already exists. So let me a little bit change EC2 instance. I'll say instance. Just remember this name, EC2 instance. I'll say create a role. Okay, now this role is created, this one. So this was already created. So this is what we have created it, right? So let me show you this role. Okay, now the next task is to going to the instance. So let me go to the EC2 instance, where the web server was the instance which we would like to connect using an session manager. So now this instance is in the running state. So I would go to the actions part. Okay, inside an actions parts we have options called as security, and inside a security there is an options called as modify IAM role also. So let me go to this actions, and inside this I can modify the role. Now this role will be assumed by EC2 service, and in which EC2 instance that we have selected. Now what is the role that we have created? This one, that is an AWS Amazon, let's see, Amazon SSM agent. Let me refresh this. Is this created? Let me select this role which is created, fine, and then update IAM role. Okay, now this role is updated. Okay, now what we'll do, we will reboot this machine. Okay, so rebooting will actually as we know that in a traditional environments we reboot something, okay, when we have configured something as a features, right? So let's see, this reboot has been successful. Now let's go to this connect option, and inside a connect options we have an EC2 instance connect, and then there is an SSH client, and let me click on a session manager. So are we able to get okay inside a session manager session? So let's see. Let me once again see, or let me refresh, and let's figure it out. Let's check the roles once again inside security part, and inside a security we have EC2 part. This is an IAM role, right? So if we could right click on this role just to check what it is. having. So inside this roles we have permissions called as, yes, SSM manage instance code. So let's go to the instance once again, and let's see this option is getting enabled. Yes, now this for the session manager, this option is it is taking a little time to actually get it updated. So let me click. Okay, so let's see the connect option, and inside the connect is we have an options called as session manager. Let me click on this session manager. Fine, so this machine is in the running state. I'll say I have config, so I have config not found, so I'll say sudo apt update. Yes, we are updating the machines also. Yes, we'll check it out whether the this if config command is working. Let me go with so this is getting updated. Yes, reading package list, and it's done, right? So let me clear the command. Sudo ifconfig command not found, so let me install sudo apt install nettools. Okay, so inside this nettools there is an ifconfig let's see service. Now let me run ifconfig. Yes, here you can see this is on an IP address, which is an internal IP, right? And this way we can access this machine. Now this is session manager. Now there is a separate service in AWS called as AWS systems manager. So let me go to the systems manager. Now this systems manager, inside that there are many let's see features are there, like node tool, change management and all. This is we can say a central service to manage the nodes at a scale in any environments, you can say. Okay, so in which I will be taking you to the session manager. Okay, so here there is a session manager. Let me click on this session manager, and here also you can see the machine which is listed out. So let me click on this machine and I'll say start the session. Okay, and inside the starts you can see this, there are two machines which are actually managed by this system manager. So one is web server. So these two machines are having SSM agent installed plus the role also. Now the machines which we have just now connected, I can start the session for this machine. So this is basically nothing but a machine which is getting managed. Okay, and this is a centralized management. So you can see this. If I close this, and I can see all the machines which are listed out here, which are managed instances. So this will be basically for running any commands or patching these instances, okay, by using some automations. So this will be the we can say possible advantage of having it. Okay, so that's it for this for the session management and all. Okay, thank you.